the people I want to invite. So I have to check how to do that. Um, they just told me it was clicking the camera, but it doesn't function. Um, I think we have to start again and ask how we can do this. Welcome everybody. Look, there is Carmel Flowers. Really nice. They are there. And how can I invite them? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. And yes, right now. And I send it a invitation to Carmel. So now let's for Anton, yeah.
Hola, Memo.
Yeah, finally.
¿Cómo estás?
We did it. Yeah, good. How are you? ¿Cómo vamos?
Good.
Good.
Super.
Okay, great. Hey, you are the first here on the Instagram Live of Icon Selections. I did some research. There is no breeder who's doing this. We are the first ones. So how do you feel to be the first one, to be the guest of our show today?
Hey, whatever I can do to help, man.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Well, tell a little bit about yourself, who you are, and let's start a conversation.
All right. Well, to begin with, thanks for the invitation, Guillermo. My name is Anton Berrio. I am the commercial director in Flores Carmel. I've been here for just a few months. It's a recent thing. I used to work for another flower company for about 10 years.
Wow.
Very much in the bouquet business for the U.S. Now, with Carmel, we are doing a little bit of bouquets for the mass market in the U.S. and Canada, but it's mainly focused on the wholesale side of it.
Okay.
We grow just chrysanthemums, palms and biscuits. But one interesting thing that you learn from moving from a bouquet operation to a bulk exporter is that there's different types of palms. Just give me a second. You're gonna receive something. We're just bringing you this.
Wow. Yes.
Let's see.
Great. Yeah.
Where do I put this?
Good. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Really nice.
All right. Gracias. So how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's really warm here in the greenhouse. I just set it up with the green beds behind me. We're doing really well as Icon Selections. We are growing. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. And I think one of the most important points is to promote yourself. So that's why I started these Instagram lives. And yeah, today we want to talk a little bit about what you guys are doing with the varieties of Icon. And the first question, which I maybe I didn't told you, but yeah, I want to know how is Mother's Day is going, because Sunday is Mother's Day. So yeah, well, that was a hectic time, right?
It was extremely harsh this time around. I think after being more than 10 years in flowers, you learn that holidays like Valentine's and Mother's are always a hassle.
Yeah.
But this time around, I think I feel it was harder than the usual.
Okay, and why?
We've been experiencing problems with labor mainly.
Okay.
Weather conditions are always something you can't control. You just adjust to them, and then there's always issues in this business.
Yeah.
But labor has always been an issue. I mean, getting labor that has experienced workers that are willing to do the extra mile. It's always been an issue. But this time around, for the past 5-6 months. It's been extremely harsh.
Okay.
We had a lot of issues getting all the people we needed for the operation last year, at the end of last year.
Yeah.
And that developed into problems that gave us consequences that we were experiencing last month and the month before. And then at the beginning of the year, we were still having struggling to get all the workforce in order to do all the stuff that we needed, and that compromised, I think, a little bit our performance for Mother's Day. We couldn't have all the stems, the numbers that we needed.
Okay.
So anyway, I mean, there's always problems, but I feel in general terms that this Mother's Day for sales, basically for the market, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fabulous. I think when Sunday is gone, flowers are also going to be gone from the shelves on every store around the globe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Well,
it's good. I'm hoping when the numbers, when the results come around in a couple of weeks, they come out to be positive for everyone.
Yeah. You're right. I heard it also from other farms that they have problems with the personnel. Can you give us maybe a reason why that's a problem?
No, I mean, I can only guess.
You can only guess. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I also have my hypothesis, but yeah. Tell me yours.
I haven't been in flowers that long. I mean, in this past 10 years, I talked to people that have been in flowers for 20, 30, 40 years. But I remember 10 years ago when I first started it, people will be willing to work very long hours until midnight, and sometimes even more when the Mother's Holiday came around.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's difficult to find that type of commitment. Okay. People are willing to work a couple of extra hours, and that's it. And that's fine too. I mean, we can, make people work overtime just because.
Yeah.
But there's also another issue. At the end of the year, coming in the second week of December, a lot of people just show up to work one day and said, listen, I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I'm going to take a few weeks off because I'm going to visit my family. They live in a town someplace else.
Yeah.
And they just left. I mean, either you allow me to disappear from your farm 3 weeks or so and then come back and keep on working, or I'll go find work somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's difficult. It's complicated. And then the people that you do find, I mean, we have our human resources department. There's a very strong group of people that are finding human talent out, in the street to bring them to work here.
Yeah.
A lot of people come in and start working, and a week down the road, they say, nah, this job's too difficult.
Too hard.
This job's too boring. And people quit, after a week of trying. It's tough. It's tough. It's been tough.
That's what I heard as well.
We've got to find a solution.
Yeah, difficult. So how did you solve the problem for this year, Mothers? Because, the demands are going on, People are asking for flowers in the United States or whatever, and you guys are producing, but so working the evenings?
Well, we decided not to do a second shift. I know some other companies went that way.
Yeah, they did.
We end up bringing people from towns 12 to 15 hours away from here.
Wow.
People from towns where work is scarce. And we end up developing a housing project in the farm in order to have some workers come in and live here and work here as well.
Oh, great.
Oh, wow. Yes, that's correct.
Wow. Yeah,
it was complicated.
Having Hotel Carmel.
There's a lot of... Say again?
It's like an Hotel Carmel.
Well, yeah, we had to. It was
wow,
and it proved to be difficult to have people from different cultures, different
backgrounds,
different food, you know, different characteristics, and different weather, and bringing them here and having them work here, it was challenging,
yeah.
but it worked. It worked. We managed to solve at least partially the problem. We were able to get our holiday flowers ship out. You know.
Sorry.
Bless you. That's okay.
Just
you're out in the open.
You were out in the open, right? Yeah. It's so funny. Yeah. Well, well, that looks like a great solution to a problem, which is a big part of a lot of farms here right now. So yeah, that's nice. Hey, obviously we're talking icon varieties. In the background, you put it a bunch of flowers from our assortment. Next to me here, also have. I think it's the same one. You have
Lynette.
You have Lynette over there.
Yeah.
Hey, what can you tell us about this variety of icon? What do you like, and why do you have it, for example?
Well, I gotta tell you that people is asking for this. I mean, I have a few clients interested in this variety.
Great.
Or I'm actually going to broaden up a little bit in this type of varieties.
Okay.
You know,
mm-hmm.
in this colors, in this mood that people are calling vintage colors.
Vintage, yeah.
Which are, you know, light pinks, salmons. This one, which is not even a pink, but it's this yellow with this you know, orangey color in the middle. This creme brulee, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The market is asking for it. Let me put it right back here. Drop it. The market has been asking for these colors for years now.
Okay.
I remember a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, while I was in the other company, I remember looking at this in a flower show. I mean, in one of you guys. One of the breeders' trials. And I remember one of my clients asking for that and asking me whether or not we were going to grow that. Okay. And I remember I wasn't very fond of it back then.
Okay.
And I told my client, listen, it's nice, but I'm not sure I want to risk it, because if I grow a couple of beds of this a week, are you going to take them? For real, for sure, and yeah. She didn't really know. It was too new. It was too soon.
It was too soon, yeah.
But some companies took the risk and decided to grow it. Carmel Flowers was one of them. Yeah. And they started growing these varieties, and the market responded, and it's been taking them. And about a month ago, we went to Miami to visit some clients. And we had very good feedback from this. People are asking for the Lynette by name.
Yes.
And they're saying that this is not something that is a fashion statement that is going to be today here and not tomorrow. They're saying that it's here to stay. So yeah, there's room for that. And the interesting thing is not only is not a seasonal product. It's like a year-round, which is very interesting for a grower from a grower's point of view.
Do you think? Sorry for asking and interrupting you, but do you think this could be the bulk of the future?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, nothing's gonna replace the whites and the yellows, you know, and the greens and the regular pinks. Uh-huh. That's continuing. I guess that will be the volume, the bulk of it forever.
Yeah.
But this colors and these varieties are certainly, at least I think so, it's my opinion, are making their way into the regular assortment, to the everyday assortment.
Nice.
Which is very interesting.
That's what I see as well. We got like really a lot of compliments for the colors we had in Woefsa when we were visiting Woefsa. And yeah, the people were also saying like, yeah, well, Lynette is growing and I need more, and there is no more. We need more Lynette. So yeah, and it's really nice that the people are asking just for the variety. Of course, for us, it's really nice that a variety could be that established in the market by name, you know. So it's nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you see that in the
Yeah.
back that people are are there. I just moved away from where I was because we have this new floor behind me. You can see it, and
Yeah.
with the sun out, it's hurting my eyes. So I was like, oh, I have to go to another place because this is. So right now I'm here in the rooting area.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay. You can so use what you told us. Like you see the vintage as a more a new trend coming up, which is always it was there like for 3 years, but it's now growing. Do you see more trends in chrysanthemum coming up?
Not from where I stand. No.
No,
No.
no. What about, for
I mean,
example, the use of more Santinis and micro buttons and all that stuff?
well, I was going to refer to that. Yeah, I said no, and then I kept on thinking. The expression CDN, which was like a trademark in the market of the chrysanthemums for many years, the cushion daisy novelty,
Yeah.
has to make room for the B for buttons and for the M for micropalms or Santinis, whatever.
Hmm.
And it's they have become part of the assortment as well.
Do you have them?
I'm sorry?
Do you have them in your assortment?
Yeah, we do. We do. We have micro pumps, different daisies,
Uh-huh.
and I mean because then it comes again that it's some of them are daisies even though they're very small, and some of them are cushions, and some of them are novelties, and some of them are buttons.
Yeah.
We have some. Yes, we have some, and we have a market for them. It's not as big as the regular pumps, but is a weekly item as well. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's nice because we see also an increase of that the farms are asking for Santinis. They want to broaden a little bit the assortment. Do you guys think about that as well or not?
To grow the assortment in Santinis,
Yeah.
well, I think we have they represent an important percentage in our assortment already.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, they're a weekly item and they're year round. So yeah,
Okay.
they're
Okay,
there.
nice. Can you tell the viewers a little bit how the farm Carmel is like divided in percentage of like cushion, daisy, cremons, and why are you having these percentages for those products?
Okay, yeah. I will begin by saying that we're doing probably 25% disbuds and then 75% palms.
Okay.
In the palm assortment, I think daisy and cushion are kind of like at the same level,
Mm-hmm.
and of course they're the bulk of the palms. Then I don't know. I would say probably 35% daisy and 35% cushion or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Then probably novelties. It's somewhere around I don't know 15% or 20, and then the remainder, what's that, 70, 90? The remaining 10 or 15% is in between Santinis and buttons.
But that's still small, of course. Jan Haaksman is asking a question.
But it's complicated. I mean, to make it more,
Okay.
because then you'll have to reduce daisy or reduce cushions,
Or
and
buy
the
more
market is
land.
still asking for a lot more daisies and cushion.
Yeah.
And then the why, you ask for the why. Well, because we do what the market commands. You know,
Okay,
we don't actually make decisions on that.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever our clients are asking for, that's what we grow and that's what we deliver. Basically.
Of course. No, but that's how you should do it, of course. Jan Haaksman, again, he is asking, well, the part of novelties is 20%, 15% of your assortment. When you talk about novelties, you know, it's like a really broad definition. For you, what are, yeah. What are for you novelties? Can you tell a little bit
Well,
about your novelties and how do they work in your market?
well, it's funny you ask me this. First of all, I want to say hi to Jan. We met years ago, and he's a pretty stand-up guy. Novelties. Somebody asked me last week. It's someone that is new. It's someone that is fresh out of is still in college. Okay, it's doing an internship here in the company.
Yeah.
And he asked me what the novelty expression meant, and I started laughing because there's no really dictionary that gives you that definition.
No.
And I told her basically this. I said, listen, this word, first of all, is not a new word. Okay, it's been around forever.
Yeah.
If you have a palm that you cannot put in the box where the daisies are, and you cannot put in the box where the cushions are, most likely it's a novelty. Even if it's not new, okay, it can be an old variety. So they came up with this word. I don't know. I'd only been in palms in flowers for 10 years, dealing with chrysanthemums, and these expressions were already being used. So whatever you can put in the daisy or in the cushion boxes, you call it a novelty. But then years later, we started yanking out of the box the buttons and the Santinis. So we created boxes for all of those. So whatever is not in those 4 boxes, it ends up being in the undesired box. In the unnamed box. Yeah. And that's what they use or at least that's what I understand. I don't know. It's a very complicated expression.
It is.
It's very similar to some people, and this I had discussions with clients about this. When talking about disbuds, okay, I offer a disbud, and they said, "Oh, that's a Fuji," and I said, well, "Sure, but you said it was a spider, but spider and Fuji is like the same thing." "No, it's different." But explain the difference to me. That some people feel these 2 words refer to different things, and they're the same. But I don't. If somebody decides that Fuji and spider are 2 different things, it's fine. For me, it's the same. So it's something similar with novelty. Whatever you can locate in any of the other expressions, daisy and cushion and Santini and button palms, you throw it in this mixture of novelties. I'm sorry, but that's it.
Yeah. It's not easy to even for us, there are some flowers where we can say, yeah, it is a cremon, but when you look at the color or at the form of the flower, you can also say yeah, maybe this is new, this is something different. We can put it under novelties, but yeah, I think it's just going to be a discussion forever. Hey, I'm seeing that David from Deliflor is looking at us as well. Some espionage. welcome to our Instagram live, David, Julian, yeah, and even Mark, our breeder, is looking at us as well. Really nice to see all the people gathering and looking at our Instagram live. Again, we are here with Anton. He's from Carmel Flowers, and we are also discussing our varieties and yeah, just talking about flowers. Anton, another question. Can you tell me a little bit the reaction on the varieties of Icon of different clients?
Well, according to what we have here in the back, there's really interesting reactions to these products, to the vintage products that we were talking about.
Okay.
You know what? Usually clients. When in this number of years that I've been in the flower business, when I visit clients, they're usually interested in having a white daisy, not a particular one. Sometimes they ask for something by name, It's not very common. But it's less common that they ask for a product from a specific breeder.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel the market is ready for a product that gives you a certain color or a certain shape. But I don't recall somebody asking for something by name from the breed. But going back to this, I mean, Lynette, in the last trip that we made, there were people asking for that by name. That's about it.
Yeah. Okay. If you're looking at like how we are promoting our products, do you see any ways we forget or we should be more aware of as a breeder? And maybe that's a general question for all the breeders. I don't know, because we breeders, maybe we are really traditional. Maybe we should change that attitude a little bit and be more like modern. I don't know. Look, we can talk about Delhi. It's okay. They do a really good job promoting their varieties everywhere. They're also in the States and stuff. Do you think that that we're missing something that we should do more, or?
Well, I don't think you're missing something, and I believe, or I feel that the job that you guys have been doing, particularly with the Chrysanthemum Week here in Rio Negro.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for a number of years now, and you bring buyers from different markets and stuff like that. I think that's wide opening for all of those people that are away from the farms, that don't see the flowers at farm level.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been very good. That's been awesome from my perspective.
Okay.
What else could you do? I don't know. Because you guys are also present at different flower shows around the globe.
Yep.
That's about it.
That's about
and
it.
Then at the end of the day, I mean, what really needs to happen is for importers or stores, whatever, in the different markets, to connect with the grower. And that's something you also help with. You connect the clients with the growers, and that's helping in that transition is something very important as well.
Yeah. Well, you touched obviously a really nice topic, which is the Chrysanthemum Week. Maybe there are some people who don't know what it is. Here in Colombia, we have week 35, which is the last week of August. And what are we doing? Like an open house for all the clients, the growers, but also clients from abroad, to look at all the new varieties the breeders are going to show and maybe set some trends for the next year. This is a whole week where everybody can visit all the breeders around, and they can look at our flowers and make their decisions like, hey, this is nice, and I want to try this for next year. So yeah, for a breeder, week 35 is really important. It's really important, and we need to have everything ready. We're going to be with 10 breeders this year again. Last year also with 10 breeders. Maybe it's 11, I'm not sure.
I think it's 11. It was 11 last year. I don't know about this year.
Yeah, last year was 10. So, yeah, everybody wants, obviously, a piece of the cake. so we're showing a lot. Is that confusing to the growers?
Not to the growers. I don't think so. I mean, maybe to the clients. Because there's one thing that is probably important for you as breeders to socialize with the clients. But you show in one of these breeding shows. Sometimes you have varieties that are too new, and clients don't really understand or don't really know, because we haven't told them that the time that takes to multiply the material, the seedlings, into hundreds and thousands of stems to become cut flower, that's a cycle that takes months. I know you know this, and probably a lot of people that are listening to us right now know this. But sometimes the end customer doesn't know that. You show them a variety, and they want them the next day. You know, oh, that's nice. Can you give me 100 cases of that tomorrow? No, I need to get the material from the breeder. I need to go to the farm, and I need to multiply this. This takes a number of weeks, and then I gotta do grandmother plants and mother plants, and then get the seedlings from that, and then put them in the ground, and then I can get you the 100 boxes that you need, and that's a process that can take anywhere around 6 months. But a lot of people don't know that, right? So maybe they can get confused asking for stuff that it doesn't exist anymore when we're talking about new varieties. For the farms, I don't think it's confusing. I mean, farms actually are constantly making trials of different varieties, test, productivity and stuff like that. So not confusing for the farms, maybe for the farmers.
Yeah, that's good information you have there. Yeah, for us, it's also difficult to sometimes to put a filter on it, because yeah, we see a lot of flowers, we see a lot of potential in flowers. Mark is like doing a really hellish job to get a lot of seedlings going and select new varieties. And there are so many nice varieties, and you want to show them all, right? But we know that week is really tiring. The people are visiting a lot of farms. They are going to see a lot of flowers, and they're not have to make the decision to, I need these 4 or 5 new varieties. But for us, it's really important as a breeder to put in front the people like the trend flowers, like the vintage colors, the bulk flowers, and all that. But you always have these 4, 5, 6, 7 varieties, which like, yeah, they're strange, they're maybe novelties, but we want to show them. We want to show them, and we want to know the feedback of the people. And yeah, like this year, we are going to show a lot of new stuff. Last year, we did like a lot of established varieties the people already knew, or well, they saw it once already. But right now, it's we're going to show a lot of new things, and I'm really excited. But I'm also know like the psychology part of it. It's like, yeah, when someone is entering a candy store and see a lot of candies, with how many candies are they going to leave the store? And those are maybe 1 or 2 of the 1,000 candies there are, So we as a breeder need to think about that as well, I think, and that we not overthrow the people with a lot of varieties, and yeah, and at the end they don't choose anything,
Yeah.
Because that's what you see.
Yeah, I remember at the end of the Chrysanthemum Week about 3 years ago, even before the pandemic and all. Deborah from Albertsons mentioned that it was very interesting to go to the trials, but they had visited all the trials, and I believe it was 11, and that in each one of them they had to see 3 different white daisies, so 30-something white daisies, and in her perspective, a white daisy is a white daisy. Of course, there's differences between one and the next.
Yeah.
But when you see so many of them, you lose perspective of those differences. Yeah. And at the end of the day, she was saying that the market needs white daisy, and having so many different to choose from gets confused. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true, and I think that we as a breeder should take notice of that. And maybe also explain why we are showing these varieties, and She obviously is at the other end, you know. And
Of course, yeah.
for example, we know that you always have a plan A, B, and C. So you have a Daisy White for a client who's asking specific characteristics. Okay, take Bacano. Oh, you need something else. This characteristics maybe serve you. And take Top Dollar, which is another White Daisy from us, you know. But they are the end consumer, so they get whatever White Daisy, you know. And but I think you have a point there. I was there when they were talking about it. She was actually attending also the trial, and I talked to her, and she said also like, yeah, there are so many things I see here, which I would like to have, but we never see it. And then I said like, yeah, well, you know, the growers filter like also really harsh, and it's good. I'm not saying that that's not as good, but they're also filtering really harsh on their trials. Something has to grow in their farm with how they manage their farm. That's that easy.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, at farm level, if you think you're going to offer different clients a different White Daisy, and you end up having 3 or 4 at farm level, that means 4 different products that behave in 4 different ways, that have 4 different cycles. That, you know, that becomes complicated, and it becomes expensive. And then when costs rise, the price has to rise, and then I mean, it's difficult to transfer that extra cost of having so many different options to the market. At the end of the day, yeah, it makes your operation inefficient, and that's always an issue.
Yeah, well, and I think also that when somebody like a client wants something, and you have to put a lot of effort in it to grow it, you know, that I think that the farms only will do it when the client is like asking for a lot of beds, you know, not like a small part of the bed or just half a bed or whatever. If they see any future in the variety, and they like the variety really well, and asking you for like a reasonable amount of stems, then a farm can say, okay, let's try it, let's do it, let's check it out. We're going to talk with the breeder how to get this variety in and do these amounts with them. But yeah, I think when something is just a little small part, why should a farm put more effort in that? And I give them I really understand that. I can really understand it.
Well, at the end of the day, there's got to be a balance. I mean, there's obviously in any business, not only flowers, there's some product lines that are more efficient and some that are not. But at the end of the day, you have to bring every little bit to the plate. You need to have an assortment that is going to be sellable, basically.
Yeah.
And if the market is asking for you know, a little bit of the strange thing, a little bit of the new thing, a little bit of the difficult varieties, we need to be willing to do that in order to, as a whole, have something that works.
Is it also that the Colombian growers as such, and this is maybe a delicate question, are still traditional?
I think so. it might be a delicate question. It might be a delicate question, but yeah. I think Colombian growers are still traditional. Yeah. But then when you start thinking about possibilities for, I mean, new technologies and stuff like that, in order to implement, I don't know, different ways to do things. We are traditional, but it's difficult not to be with the conditions in the country, with you know, and the conditions in the world now. I mean,
of course,
because of a war that is happening across the world in some far place. Now our chemicals are scarce.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, stuff that happens that we have no control over pushes us every day to find solutions to new problems.
Yeah.
Traditional, yes, but willing to embrace change in certain ways. No, I think people are changing their ways, exploring new stuff.
Yeah.
Look at this. That's new stuff right there.
Yeah, nice. Thanks. Yeah, really nice. Really nice. You guys are using Linette and creme brulee. Yeah, I think you're right, and I also see some changes. What I saw in the last few years is that the people are introducing a little more easier a new variety. So they are like putting a new variety more quicker into their farm. Like before it was like, yeah, I'm going to test it 3 times. Well, you know, testing something 3 times, that's 30 weeks, you know, before you are going to make a decision. And then what you already said is then you have to make your motor plants going and all that before you already have something to show and get in production. Well, then you are in the next year to present that new product. And what I see right now is that people are willing to introduce quicker varieties. And as of this year and last year at the end as well, I had some clients who said, like, I trust your word. I'm going to propagate right now for Mother's Day without seeing the flower. And I was like, wow, okay. And well, you know, the people do this, I think, just to compete and have competing varieties in the market.
True. Yeah, I mean, there's a high risk. There's a high risk of trying deciding to grow a new variety without doing the trials, because you know this probably better than I do. I mean, the way a variety behaves in one farm, it's different to the way it behaves in the next farm. You know, even if they're neighbors, because of soil thing, and I mean, you know, more than I can talk about conditions, agronomical conditions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it implies a risk, but yes, I think in general, most growers nowadays are willing to take risks with new varieties more than in the past.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I see as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so you can be ahead of the competition. Yeah. Anton, we're going to round up. Really nice having you, and you gave us a really nice, valuable information on how Carmel Flowers is doing. Also with our varieties, Linette and Creme Brulee. Really nice. That you made some time to do this. I know that for a lot of people, this is not like something they do every day. Talk with someone on an Instagram live. For me neither, but I think we did a really great job, and I want to thank you again for it. Any last words would be nice. Could you give?
Well, no, I just wanted to thank you for the opportunity. It's interesting to get out of the everyday stuff, you know. This was fun. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And I'm sure I'm going to watch this again a bunch of times to comprehend everything I said.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, we put it on YouTube. We're going to put it, I will edit a little bit and I will put it on YouTube. I will put a link also here on Instagram, so you can see the interview in our stories for 24 hours. So you can watch it back. And yeah, of course, it's a learning, how do you say that? Like, it's a learning curve for me. So right now, what did I learn today is like how I have to put my stuff where I don't get stuff in my eyes, and the sun is not like killing me over there. So I have to look for another place maybe. I think the time is right. We have 13 visitors. This is really nice. I really like it that you are there, that you took the time to be with us. And the call of action is, of course, follow us. In the next 2 weeks, we will be preparing another Instagram Live. And we have a female guest. I'm going to reveal it next week. And we will not be filming here. We will be filming in Bogota. So that's another place. And we will not talking about chrysanthemum. We are going to talk about roses. So that's also something Icon Selection is doing. We have 4 varieties. And yeah, we will show you more of that in the next Instagram Live. And for now, I want to thank you for being with us. Follow us on Instagram. If you want to know more info on Icon, I can also put you in a mailing list. We have a mailing list. Just send me a message with your mail in it, and I will put you on the mailing list. We send out a mail once a month with different stuff and info about Icon selections. If you want to know more about Anton and Caramel Flowers, please leave a message at their Instagram. You can find them here or in my stories. And I will say for now, ciao, flower buddies. Ciao, Anton. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ciao.
Very nice. Good luck.
Good luck. You
Guillermo.
too.